It's time to renovate your house and use finishes that are a hit in any decor without spending too much. Those affordable finishes. Products and decor items that you can make yourself in various rooms of your house to highlight or complement your decor. So, take advantage because I'm going to show you right now in this video 10 decorations, 10 finishes that you can use in your home without spending much and make your decor a total success. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Adipo, an architect. And who doesn't want to save money when investing in some finish for your home? Whether it's in the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, or the bathroom, isn't that right? Especially regarding labor. We know specialized professional labor is costly, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you 10 finishes, and actually some of them you can do yourself. You can get your hands dirty. You can do it yourself and save on labor costs. Let's get started. This is cool. The first finish I want to show you here is the grooved vinyl sticker. For those of you who like to have a grooved panel in your living room but can't spend a fortune on carpentry, the vinyl sticker that imitates the grooved panel is a great option for you to get the same finish without spending too much. So, if you like a panel, for example, behind your television or as a detail in your living room, a grooved panel made with carpentry is really nice, but we know that carpentry is an expensive product. It's a costly material to invest in, right? Especially depending on the finish you choose for your carpentry, depending on the style, it can be very expensive. And a good alternative, a nice finish to get the same effect, the same groove design, right, as the groove material is vinyl adhesive, right? It's very easy to do. You can apply it yourself at home, okay? It can even be applied directly to your wall. You don't need to do anything else. If it's smooth, maybe you even have a painted wall. Your television wall, for example. You take the television down, go there and apply the vinyl sticker that imitates the slatted look. And you get the same decoration, the same design, spending very little. The second finish is the strip mirror. This one is for you if you like gold color details in your decor. You can use it to add details, for example, on a door, on a wall, or even on the television wall, vertically. Strip mirror is the name of the finish, okay? It's an English name, but I'll also leave it in the description for you here to make it easier. But it's a little golden strip that you can stick on. You can stick it on some detail in your house. It can be used as decoration for a television wall. You can apply it to a door or a wall in your bedroom. It's cheap, right? It's an inexpensive finish. And for those of you who like gold in your decor, it's an excellent choice for you to use and decorate your home. The only tip I have for you here is to use common sense when using this material in your decor, because gold is beautiful. But if you use too much of it in your decor, it ends up being overwhelming. It ends up clashing too much with our decoration, okay? Use common sense. Do you want to include this cool strip mirror in your decor? It's really worth it, but use it with good sense when you're decorating. And automatically compose your decoration, your environment, without overwhelming your decoration too much. The third finish that I really like is Boiserie, or as many people know it, chair rail. Self-adhesive ethylene vinyl acetate. It's one of the most beautiful details in living room decor, Boiserie, when we use it to create or highlight a wall. And the coolest thing is that besides being self-adhesive ethylene vinyl acetate, you don't have to break anything at all to install this material. We know that Boiserie exists in other materials. The most traditional one is plaster, for example. Polystyrene is also a material that's widely used. But ethylene vinyl acetate is also a good alternative that you can use to create the effect to decorate the Boiserie using ethylene vinyl acetate, spending very little. It's a cheap material, ethylene vinyl acetate, depending on the amount you're going to use in your house, and also depending on the thickness of the Boiserie you want to use. You can decorate a wall, make those cool squares. For example, from the middle up, you make a bigger square. From the middle down, you make it more rectangular, which I think looks awesome. The Boiserie in self-adhesive ethylene vinyl acetate material looks really nice, and it already comes ready to use, right? It even comes in rolls. You just take the measurements of the wall you want to decorate, right? Of the rectangles and squares you want to create on your wall. You peel off the self-adhesive backing and just stick it on, okay? You don't need to break anything. It can be applied directly to the painted wall in your house and it's very cheap. It's a really cool product for you to use. A really nice finish that you can use to decorate a wall in your living room, your bedroom, the kids' room, really any room in the house without spending much. The fourth successful finish for your home, which I can never stop talking about, is LT Shine Diamond Cement. This one is a regular feature at Arc-Cité. It has a luxurious velvety finish that you can apply to your wall yourself, spending very little. And the best part, there are several colors for you to choose from. You who are always watching our videos here know that LT Shine's Diamond Cement, our partner, is a regular feature in our videos. And why do I say that? Because it has a luxury finish, guys. As soon as you apply it to the wall, you get to choose the color. LT Shine has several colors. You pick your color, the one that matches the rest of your home's decor, all right? For example, let's say your whole house is painted in shades of gray. You can choose a yellow to make it stand out. Or on the other hand, maybe you have some walls with a very light yellow, a very light beige. Choose a darker brown, all right? Or a darker yellow to paint. Apply it to a wall in your house to highlight it. And once it's done, it has a shine, a really nice, really cool shine, a velvety finish. When you put some spotlights there to highlight the wall you made, LT Shine looks amazing, guys. It looks spectacularly luxurious. That's why I always bring diamond cement here as a cheap finishing option that you can do yourself and to make your life even easier. Look how cool that is, huh? Here in the description, the first link is a shared step-by-step video that I made and prepared myself teaching you how to apply it. All right? You'll only have the cost of buying the product, okay? You're just going to buy the product and you'll learn with me. With a little plastic spatula, it's super simple. You apply it at home and get a luxury finish without spending much. This LT Shine Diamond Cement is top of the line. Fifth finish, of course. I also couldn't forget to mention the 3D Plaster. This one, without a doubt, is guaranteed to be a success in any room of the house. Besides highlighting a wall, 3D Plaster can be the main decoration in your house. Just choose a nice design that matches your decor. Don't come telling me that 3D Plaster is out of style, all right? Anyone who says that to you just doesn't know how to use 3D Plaster in their decor, all right? I have several projects here at Arc-Cité that I've already shown you in several videos. Using 3D Plaster and showing in practice that it looks cool, it looks beautiful, all right? You just need to choose a 3D Plaster model that matches the rest of your decor. A paint, the color you choose to paint this 3D Plaster as well is also really worth highlighting, okay? So it's a decoration, it's a type of finish for a wall that you can use today, could have used yesterday, and will be able to use tomorrow. It will never go out of style, right? I'll say it again to you. If someone tells you, or if you see it in some video, some post out there, that 3D Plaster is out of style, it's because the person telling you that doesn't know how to use 3D Plaster to compose the decoration, doesn't know how to use it to give it the highlight it deserves, right? So I will always defend 3D Plaster as a luxurious and affordable finish, okay? And as an option you can have for your home. Guys, I hope you're enjoying and liking these affordable finishes that I'm showing you here, okay? And I want to tell you the following. These are finishes that I use in construction projects, okay? These are finishes that we offer as options to our clients. That's why I'm bringing them to you here. I would never talk about something I wouldn't use myself. I would never give a tip or mention a decorating trend that I wouldn't want for myself, okay? So I'm always going to bring you videos from our daily routine, videos that I actually use on the job site. Of course, there are some decorative items that we don't recommend using, but depending on the project, it can really be worth using them in your decor too. So I already want to ask you here, I'm sure it's worth your subscription. This video here, this content I'm bringing to you, subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. All right, like this video, leave your like for us too, so it can go up here on YouTube, right? More and more, the people who search your like will help it get discovered by more people. All right, and also leave your comment. Your comment is awesome. It's really important for us here. Edipo, talk about this video here. Talk about this content. Edipo, I don't agree with what you said, Edipo. I totally agree. Your comment is very important to me here. All right, another nice finishing touch you can use in your house is the plaster baseboard. Why not? If 3D plaster is a hit, the baseboard is also a great, inexpensive option for you to put in your house without spending much. There are different models and sizes. Like I said, if it's 3D plaster, I always support it. We can also use a plaster baseboard to install in our house. The only tip, okay? And the only thing I want to point out to you here is this. Are you going to use a plaster baseboard to install in your house? There are various sizes and models, some grooved, some smooth, so you can choose what matches your decor. So once you've chosen, you're going to paint it with a good paint, a paint that's water resistant. Why? It's obvious. Every time you clean the floor with a damp cloth or maybe even throw water on your floor, it's going to touch the baseboard. So you need to have a paint, a water resistant paint on your baseboard. So can you use plaster as a baseboard? Yes, as long as you paint it with a good water-resistant paint. The eighth finish that I also think is cool for a wall is stencil. This is definitely one of the cheapest on the list. You can choose a design. There are actually a lot of them, right? Choose a paint color and take the opportunity to create different decorations on a wall in your house. You know what a stencil is, right? Let's imagine it's a really thin shape that, for example, you have a white painted wall in your house. You buy a stencil with some design, maybe a flower or a cool face, put it up against the wall and paint over it, right? When you remove the stencil, the design stays on the wall like a tattoo, right? I think this finish looks amazing. There are many stencil designs you can choose from to decorate, paint a wall, highlight it, or add a nice detail, right? And to create a composition, to put together your decoration, okay? My only tip for this specific item here is not to go overboard when choosing your stencil. Look, I painted my whole house in cockatiel gray tones on one wall. I want to use white as the background and use elephant gray with this stencil I chose here. Great, cool, okay, perfect. Oh no, I already did this one. I'll do it on the hallway wall too, but that might be too much. So, I think you have to use good judgment when choosing to use the stencil in your decor so it doesn't become too much or too overwhelming. And then sometimes what you thought would look nice ends up being too loud, too much information, right? For a small space, let's put it that way. So just be careful when you're using the stencil, but it's really worth it. It's a very good and cheap finish for you to do at home. The ninth top of the line finish, in my opinion, is the paint finish, guys. We know there are several finishes and types of paint to use in our homes, right? But especially the velvet matte is one of my favorites and one of the most luxurious we have. Now, maybe you have a question in your mind. Edipo, I didn't understand what you said, velvet. A velvet paint. Guys, look how cool this is. When you're going to paint your house, inside the interior rooms of your house, you should choose a good paint, especially a premium line paint to apply in your house. Okay, so what are you going to do next? You should choose, at least in my opinion, which I really like, okay, the matte velvety finish. There are several paint brands on the market. You're going to look up the brand you usually use, right? The one you trust. And in the paint line of some brands, there's the matte velvety finish. You'll go to the paint store and say, look, I want a matte finish. Okay, but I want it with a velvety touch. And then some brands will offer you that. Guys, it looks amazing, okay? We know that inside our home, the more we can decorate, without overdoing it and bring that touch of luxury into our house, we're going to do it. And this material, the paint with a matte velvety finish for interiors, I think is just amazing. It's really worth it, okay? If you don't know it yet, go to a paint store near your house, a store where you're already used to buying painting materials. and ask the salesperson there, look, do you have a velvety finish, a velvety matte painted, just so I can see what it's like? You'll see that it's really cool. It has a nice, pleasant feeling when you run your hand over the wall like this, which I think is awesome. So it's really worth it too. It's a nice finish that you can use in your house. It's really worth it. And the 10th finish, which is also great in terms of cost benefit, is a door embedded inside the wall. You've already seen me show you the optimized embedded door in several projects we've done here on the channel. And that's why for you who are looking for a functional door with great cost benefit, here's the solution: optimized doors. And don't come to me saying that this door is expensive, okay? What's really expensive is every time you go into your bathroom at home, for example, if you live in an apartment like I do, you have to open the door and go halfway into the bathroom, then close the door so you can use, for example, the sink. Have you ever thought about that? You have to deal with the door. Instead of it being a door that helps you in your daily life, a functional door, it ends up getting in your way. It ends up taking up space in your environment, which is very common in bathrooms, pantries, or a hallway. So we're gonna make our pocket door. So our pocket door. So guys, our pocket door. So guys, here comes the pocket door. To assemble this complete system, okay? And also install it. Look how cool. I myself, with my team, in partnership with Optimize, assembled the system, showed you how to do it with all the accessories, and showed you how to install it. And that's all down here. In the description is the second link. The first one is the link teaching you how to apply LT Shine's burnt cement. The second link is the playlist link, all right? Teaching you how to assemble and install a door. It has great value for money. It adds value to your property and brings much more functionality to your daily life at home. So guys, for those of you who were researching finishes, for those of you looking for tips and ideas for finishes for your home, to decorate, to paint a wall, for example, here's a special video for you. And look how cool, since you've made it this far. At this point in the video, at the end of this video, I want to give you a really nice bonus, just like I've done in others here before. I'm bringing you options for finishes, products you can use in your home without spending too much and still getting great value for your money, all right? So I'm sharing what I use. Guys, I would never bring you something here that I haven't tested myself, something I don't even know how it works or if it's going to have a positive effect in your home or not. Long-term followers know I've featured LT Shine and Optimize products in multiple videos and projects I've used personally. Alright, so I would never bring you something here that doesn't work, okay? So, everything is down here in the description for you, all set up, so you can make the most of these finishes, these products for you to use at home, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed it, liked it. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave your comment as well, and don't forget that I'll be waiting for you in our next video. Take care.